Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to hit that subscribe button today before you leave. Make sure to thumbs up the video if you do like what you see, and to share on all your social media networking sites that you happen to be on at this time. Hello, and welcome back. Happy Monday. Yes, we have made it to Monday, guys. I know Monday is like the most dreaded day ever. It is. I know everybody's like, ugh, Monday, but but we're blessed to be here and to see Monday nevertheless. So I hope your Monday is going smoothly for you. Mine is going pretty good. All right, so let's jump right into the video. So there's this image, and I'm gonna see if I can like put it below in the more info box if you haven't seen it. But there's this image going around of it's a group of black leaders, and they are basically praying over Donald Trump. So they're all in the White House with him. He's seated in the center, and they're all like laying hands on him and praying for him. And this image has been, surfacing on the internet and kind of seen as like disturbing to a lot of people. A lot of people had different feelings about it. Some people thought it was, there's literally it's a dichotomy. There's two different sides. One side was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is what we need. And then there's another side that really, really didn't appreciate what they were seeing. They thought they were really coming at the leaders for praying for him. They felt like they were calling the N-word and saying they were coons, and they were what else did they say? I don't know if they used the term Uncle Tom or whatever they call, but they were just saying no, they used the term not Uncle Tom, but that's another term. But they use the term Negro. So Spike Lee, I saw on his Instagram, film producer Spike Lee, he was calling them Negroes, and he was spelling it, he did a play on words. So he's spelling it like Kneegroes. So meaning like, when you pray, you get on your knees and pray. So that's what he was calling them. I said, "Ooh, that's a clever play on words." So, so he didn't really appreciate it either. And so it was so much hatred being thrown their way. So I took a look at the picture, and it's on Facebook where you can actually hear the prayer that they prayed and hear some of the comments. Like there's one guy that told him he was the first black president and things of that nature. And that lady was praising him, saying he had done so much for black people, and she was, proud about it. So for me, I think, praying is effectual and it's definitely necessary. So it's definitely something, and it also gives you power over your enemy. So I think that, it's never wrong to pray for somebody, even if you consider them to be the enemy, or you consider them to be just some sort of non-ally, however you see them, you consider them to be dysfunctional in some kind of way, or adding to your discomfort in some kind of way. I think that, praying for them, praying over them is not necessarily a bad thing, because when it comes to Donald Trump, like, why not? And I'm looking over here, these are my notes. So why not pray for the one in power, that their hearts be turned to benefit you? He's the one in power. He's the one who's the president. Neither one of us is the president. Unfortunately, and fortunately for some people, if they feel it's a fortunate thing, but unfortunately for a lot of other people, he got voted in, by whomever. So, this is the situation at hand. So why would you not? I question the hearts of those who are attacking the leaders. Like, why would you, not want to pray for the person in power, the one who's supposed to be making certain changes for you, the one who's not over you in a sense like, superiority, but over you in a sense of like, I'm making certain decisions that you are not able to make on your own. So I think it's kind of dumb to not pray for that person. Like, if they have certain, brokenness or certain issues with them where they're not, saying the right things, they're not making good decisions or whatever it is, there's been controversy with them. I would definitely want to pray for them so that their hearts be turned in the right direction towards Christ, so that they are able to make improvements in order for the country to turn in the direction it needs to go. So I think it's quite dangerous actually to not pray for that person, to say I hate you so much that I'm going to withhold prayer. I think to not pray for them, it shows a lot of hatred in your heart, and then that makes you no better than they are, makes you worse than they are. So it's a whole "what would Jesus do" moment. Like, you definitely want to, and that's a way of showing love towards that person, because it's the whole love your enemies concept that most Christians can't understand or get. They claim that I am Christ-like, I'm a Christian person, but when it comes to topics like these, they fail miserably. They don't understand. They cannot be like Christ in this moment. This is when they turn their backs on Christ in this moment. And then when they see other Christians who have managed to accomplish this great feat, and actually be Christ-like in these kinds of moments, they call them names, they attack them. There's a huge backlash. All of a sudden these people are crazy as hell for actually, just doing the duties of a Christian. They're just doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that's all the leaders are doing. I feel like that's all they were doing. They're praying. They're doing what actual Christians do. So, and just remember, God is not looking for talkers, but he's looking for actual doers. And that brings me to James 1:22 through 25. So let's see what James is saying. He says, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do." So I couldn't have put it better myself. Like I really couldn't have. Like James really broke it down for us there, saying, don't just be a listener. Don't just be. Sorry, I got a message on top of my phone. I said, What's that coming in? Yeah, but don't just be a listener of the word, where you're just listening or you're just observing the word. You're reading it, but you're taking it in, but you're not really making it active in your life. You don't want to do it. So you it's like it's going in one ear and out the other. So you don't want to do that when it comes to the word. Okay. And it also brings me to another verse I want to read to you guys. So this is Matthew 5:44. "But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you." That's once again Matthew 5:44. So that's basically the breakdown here on what I'm saying when it comes to Trump. So we know, he's not the most favorite president. He's not Obama. He's not America's favorite. We get it. We definitely get it. It reminds me of the time when I think it was Tina Campbell from the Marys, from Mary Mary, the singing group, Mary Mary, the gospel singing group, when she was saying we should pray for Trump, and she got Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne the God from The Breakfast Club, the radio show The Breakfast Club. So it's kind of that same premise when she, she's a Christian herself, and she kind of got attacked in that sense. Basically you're getting Donkey of the Day. So it's like saying what you said was very idiotic or, stupid in some kind of way, when she suggested that we should pray for our president. And I think that she she was saying that she was similar, or her views were similar to the president, or, so it was something where she was kind of comparing herself to, the president, being that they're both, Christian. So, but I've been hearing a lot of things, though, as far as like from pastors, like that I'm watching on TV. I watch different sermons on TV sometimes, in regards to Trump. And basically what they're saying is that, he's supposed to be there. Like, it was a part of God's plan that, he got voted in, and things of that nature, even though we know he's been rambunctious, he's been, he's been a handful, okay? He's like a toddler. We know he's like an out of control toddler. We get it. We know, I know you listen to me saying this and you like, what do you mean it was part of God's plan? Like, this is what, God wanted us to deal with? Like, it seems cruel. It's cruel and unusual punishment. I know it seems that way, but there's always, when it comes to God, there's always a method to his madness. So always trust him during the storm, because after the storm, he always brings a beautiful calm and a nice rainbow afterwards. It's always beautiful, and there's always a lot that comes out of a storm. A lot of times, things that seem they're destructive, or not good for us, or something that seems like it's harming us, is really, it causes a lot of growth and a lot of beauty comes from it. So always trust God even during the storm. So. And then when it comes to Trump, lastly, I just want to make the point of that he's afforded the same grace and mercy as anyone else. So, and just remember, what if God had not given you a second chance, or not giving you a chance at all? Where would you be? So you just want to take that into consideration. We want to be not just hearers of the word, but we want to be doers of the word. And, don't feel stupid if you pray for Trump currently, or if you have prayed for him in the past. It's not a bad thing, to